Hey guys, hello. Welcome to another edition of Crypto Lab with Alex, where we go through some of the macro stuff and crypto's latest events. I hope you're all well and fine. Crypto Lab is featured by Trading Analysis. We are Ellioticians. We do use Elliott Wave as our prime methodology. So, as every week, you can post your questions in the chat box. And then after the main presentation, we will go after some cryptos you would like to see, or some comments of the content or any other comments that you have. So let's start. Let's jump in immediately to US 10-year yields. So let's go and revisit what's going on. Currently, as you know, after the last Fed meeting and a little bit more of a hawkish tone, 10-year yields are moving upside. We are trading at 1.54, and maybe potentially soon we will challenge this 1.70, and then next one close to 2%. Depend of these levels, support and resistance, and penetration on the upside level. Most likely the yields will try to challenge this 2% and even break from it. So we stay vigilant on it. I don't have a wave count on it yet. I wait still a little bit more situation to develop, so I can classify this either as an ABC if we see a sudden drop, or a complete five-way move on the upside, finishing around 240 if we break these two key levels. What we have seen in Germany, this is the price of the 10-year Bund. It is inversed of the yield, so it's the same chart. Just because of the clarity of the wave pattern, I use price chart instead of the yields. We are moving higher in yields, lower in price, as you can see. So I still consider this to be either a sideways consolidation in triangle or a WXY. I still don't think that yields are, this is not the top for yields to go lower. I consider this to be just a corrective pullback as long as we hold the support zone, and after a year and a half, because this can be a long consolidations, I think the deflationary current, which structurally has a more secular uptrend than the cyclical uprise in inflation, will continue to move on the upside, pushed by technology and demographics. So I kind of suggest that these yields moving on the upside will be transitory for even a year ahead, but it will stay along this consolidation, and then in one moment when probably COVID is over and the economy balance itself on the supply side, we might see a bigger deflationary forces kick in again and produce another move down in yields and move up in price in bonds. Clearly, this move up in yields are visible in the US dollar. So as you know, last time we were looking for this B wave low here, or a little bit later. We have braked on the upside towards these key resistance levels. So now we can start to count most likely this as another leg on the upside in the US dollar from the 2020 highs. This is a five-way move to the downside with a small truncation here. Clearly from there we have seen a five-way move up, a small pullback, and now we are seeing something which is most likely will develop in a more impulsive feature on the upside, as long as we keep this now support level intact. Okay, this still can develop in flat, but we don't see signs for it. I like more to have this as a possible five waves up in one, down in two, and then a continuation upside towards the end of 2021 in the dollar index. So I expect more dollar rise in the next months or two, as this chart suggests. So in that respect, following the gold and silver chart, we also has been very vocal regarding gold. Gold is still in a big consolidation. One of the proposals for the fourth wave might be a triangle, which is still unfolding. We might see a little bit more upside, most likely in gold. This key 1670 level is still unchallenged. So that's a very strong support here that we see. If we break that support, then we will have to modify this sideways consolidation in a more directional complex correction, which will be a W, some type of an XY and Y, finishing a little bit lower. But for now, as long as this key level holds, I would like to hold this as a possible triangle, a little bit more sideways consolidation in up in D, down in E, and then possibly as the dollar tops, maybe gold and silver will find its bottom around December 2021, January 2022, and we continue expansion on the upside in this possible higher degree wave 3 above 2000 in a clear 5 waves. So any 5 wave from this E wave will suggest that the bull run has started in the case either of a triangle or a complex correction. We will see something like this, a little bit more consolidation, and then some development as a kind of a first confirmation that the move on the upside has started and it will develop in some type of a 5-way feature. On silver, it's the same situation. Silver is breaking down. It is moving lower, passing this key level. I still have this as a C wave ending diagonal in this possible flat. I think we will have a little bit more up and down in silver in this maybe potentially ABC to complete this big diagonal in C wave. All of that might unfold in this 2021 region. As you can see, these two levels held pretty much for the last year. So I think we will not penetrate it so lightly to the downside. Maybe we will see this bounce in B wave and then final move down, again challenging these levels, maybe picking up some stops, and then we will see a 5-way move on the upside. So for now, we are still staying neutral on the metals, looking this consolidation plays out, but time is running out, and I think soon we will break some of these key levels and potentially confirm the upside movement some around end of this year. So let's jump immediately to the cryptos. Crypto market has been pretty much sideways. Not much on the news front except of this relatively important announcement that the SEC Gensler kind of reiterated that support for the futures ETF. So we are going to some type of a new, let's say, lawful environment for the cryptos, and I think that's good for the longer term. So from that, I will jump immediately to show you something which I have seen some people are using, but it's not actually correct. So this is a correlation between the Bitcoin and the dollar, or the DXY dollar index. So why this correlation has been working only inversely for the last year? It's because different actually influences in regards of a dollar. So as you can see from 2010, actually the move in dollar and the move in Bitcoin was in pretty much synchronization since the both of them was moving on the upside. So I will say that looking this historical upside correlation, we cannot consider that we can look anything happening in US dollar, maybe for a very small amount of time, and that we can conclude that Bitcoin will go up and down. Clearly, 10-year not inverse correlation between the Bitcoin and dollar moving up, and this 1 year of inverse movement cannot give us a stable correlation movement, so we can look one or the other and try to see where the price will go. And that's mainly because dollar index and Bitcoin are very uncorrelated assets. Dollar is usually going in synchronization inverse or in line with some of the assets classes when they have a direct correlation. And I think Bitcoin and dollar are completely two different universes with the two different influences which are still not attached to each other. And clearly this chart presents this. Actually, if you look all of this chart, you might conclude that the move up in dollar is actually good for Bitcoin because it pushes Bitcoin to move on the upside. I will not actually state that. I will just say that for the moment, they are very uncorrelated in the sense that you can use dollar index chart to predict what is going to happen in the Bitcoin, because clearly, as you can see, correlations goes back in line and in inverse one as we see in the last year. So I don't think this chart is useful in that respect. Just to clear that out, if you are looking the price of dollar index in line for the Bitcoin. Let me just go and revisit what is going on the crypto space. Let me just look. Yeah, so our cryptocurrency service is already for a couple of years. We have extensive membership, members webinar, short live webinars. We also have a crypto trade desk, very busy Discord channel where our members interact, cryptocurrency repository because we use a beautiful tool which is a multi-wave, and you can have on your multi-wave immediately my wave counts. So really nice features. We are technology savvy in trading analysis, and we do use everything available to help our service grow. So if you want to visit us, you can sign up for a trial. It is, I think, $27 for 15 days, so you can check us out and see what we do in the crypto space. So let's jump immediately on the Bitcoin chart. And as you know, we are looking for a couple of scenarios here. One of them is definitely this potential triangle. As I said last time, this is the key two levels in the Bitcoin, and that's not very hard to see. One is 30K, which I think is pretty well defended through the last year, as you can see many times. And the other one is 40K, which we are bouncing off currently. Current wave count in this, let's say, conservative bearish scenario will implicate, we will actually go down because the overall macro environment for the stocks are not very positive because of the several things. First, of the more hawkish Fed. Secondly, because of the China situation with Evergrande and potential default of the big mortgage lender into China that will have repercussions on the world markets. And definitely stocks was moving lower in account of these two things, and that might pose a danger for a Bitcoin, but I will still stay conservative in this bearish wave count, looking just for a pullback down to this 30K, 32K, and then wave D and E, and as well as gold and silver will might actually post a low where these two corrections are equal, which will be around the new year. Okay, so if we measure in the time relation how time this correction actually unfolded, which was pretty directional, this will be the side one measuring the same time around beginning of January 2022, where we might see then an impulsive confirmation and then continuation towards this 100K. So we are going to stay bullish on the Bitcoin, still observing this and being neutral for now, waiting to see how this 40K will behave. I will just add on this one, the most bearish scenario will be definitely a 20K one. That will be in the case that we are in a simple ABC pullback. We can still not know that. So this will be a 5 ways down in A, up in B, and down in C. And equality of these two legs will be around, I think, 22K, 23K, 588. You also have this base channel line as a support here, and you also have one of the things which we usually look for the pullbacks in the fourth wave. That will be a fib level from where we might bounce, and 38% is exactly there. I think for some reason Multiwave doesn't show me that, and I have to probably type it again. So let me just take this one and show you this usual, and this is the most common levels of retracement. If we take them, you will see that 38% actually matches with this line of the base channel, is also matches with the quality of these two legs. All of this has a very strong confluence, and maybe this 30K will be just penetrated shortly with a big move to the downside, and then we will see an immediate bounce and possible 5-wave sequence on the upside, confirming the reversal. So that will be my most bearish case scenario for the Bitcoin. On the bullish one, we need to have a confirmation. So in that case, this will be a flat. In a wave 4, we lifted up wave 3 a little bit more on the upside. RSI is dropping, which is rather good on daily. I still consider this to be an X wave, and I will look 37K for the possible support if we don't stage anything impulsive in 5 waves from here, which for now it doesn't look so. It looks like a more sideways consolidation. As you can see, for now there is nothing bullish here. It looks like a wedge or a triangle, and this might cause a soon reversal, especially if the stock starts to move a little bit more aggressive to the downside, and we might see something more exuberant on the downside. This also can be some type of a flat, going a little bit higher and then reversing in another 3 legs down to this 37K. So for my members, I'm saying we need to be patient here. There is no clear direction. As you can see, this drop was pretty violent, reaching equality, because if you measure these 2 legs, they're pretty much equal. And what do you want to see for the trend reversal there? You want to see a 5-wave move on the upside, which we didn't. We just see a sideways consolidation for now, so we cannot be bullish. This might suggest more likely as we stay in this range that the market will drop towards the next support level around the 37K. Okay, so that will be my most bullish scenario. We go down in a WXY. Usual, if we pose a triangle here, usual ratio is 0.618, which actually agrees with these support levels. And then from there, we might see a smaller degree 5 waves up forming for this higher degree wave 1, pullback in a wave 2, and a continuation up to 100K. So be very careful, because since we are going to embark in a third wave here, this consolidation here can be very short, and the upside can be very violent. So wave 3s of 3s are very sharp in their direction or in their angle. So if we start to develop this will be a very short pullback, and you will see 100K or close to it reached within a week or two on the upside with a very sharp development. So be just cautious. If you see a smaller 5 waves forming, this pullback might be a very small magnitude, and expansion on the upside can be pretty much quick. Okay, same thing on Ether. So Ether is doing basically the same sideways consolidation. We have a couple of scenarios. We are still neutral. It can be that we are in some type of a triangle in this 4th wave, or if we lift this 3rd wave a little bit higher because of these fib ratios, we might become a little bit more bullish in the same scenario. As in Bitcoin, this will be actually a completed correction. This will be a 5 waves up. This will be a nice triangle in a 4th waves. And we are in some type of an ABC going around 2,300. And from there, we should see the same scenario, 5 waves up for this 3rd wave, which will be a very violent affair on the upside. So this current price action doesn't suggest bullishness. You see, we are pretty much sideways. We need to develop something more abrupt on the upside to conclude that this wave 2 is finished. So I will say that the best position to be on cryptos now is to be neutral. because there is no clear signs either on the downside or on the upside. And definitely some of these small clues that we look, which tell us a lot, will give us once we kind of reveal more hand what the Bitcoin wants to do. We'll be definitely on it pretty much immediately when we see some of these developments. I hope that's a clear stance, guys. I hope you kind of see the same thing, that we are not dealing with some of the impulsive price action, at least in this moment. So we have to keep our horses on a short leash and kind of be emotionally neutral, because we don't have a clear signs in this current consolidation, especially with this macro environment, which is very and might become very negative for stocks, that we might continue immediately higher in the cryptos. Depends, maybe some news will hit the wire and we start this big move on the upside, but we are ready for it and have a wave counts which presents that. If anything is not clear regarding this outlook, please just type me on the comment section. We can look some of the cryptos. Our stance on the altcoins has been pretty much positive during, of course, that will be related with the Bitcoin chart and what it does, but we don't see any major developments yet. One of the charts which are relatively bullish is Matic, but Matic still looks like a triangle. As you can see here, there is still nothing bullish in this small time frame on 1 hour. On higher time frames, we stay constructive for the Matic on the upside, and many of other cryptos are in the same situation if you look them. So we are going to stay constructive as long as we have some of the signs that are corrective here and we see an advance on the upside. So I will say ADA, Polkadot, Binance Coin, many of them portrays the same situation. So we are looking pretty much in some type of a correction or already completed 5 waves up in one. Some type of a correction in wave 2 and then a continuation on the upside. So for now they still look pretty good, I must say. Yeah, so let me look some of the cryptos of your choice so that we can wrap this up. We do cover for our members every crypto they like in the I'm just reading your comments. Wave Rider is saying, are you saying that if the broader market delves off that BTC will be the beneficiary? No, I didn't say that Bitcoin will be beneficiary. I said that current macro environment, especially with these two things which I mentioned, may be actually moving with the Bitcoin lower. Not, I don't think that the Bitcoin will be beneficially, and I think it's too early to think that the funds from stocks will go into the cryptos. I mean, that's, we are still not in that level of adoption. Okay, any movement down in stock market, especially aggressive ones, I think will be felt further on the crypto space. Just to clear that up. Okay, let me see Atom. Atom is still in this type of some sort of a potential wave 3 on the upside. I see just a little bit of a consolidation here, so we cannot say that this is done. As long as the RSI moves lower and we have a sideways or a little bit lower movement, this will stay pretty much bullish. So just to address this consolidation, this will stay, in my opinion. We are still potentially going to develop something higher here with a smaller consolidation in line. So I will just observing this consolidation. Support level here is definitely around for this moment 29.34, and the next one is at 18. I don't think we will go at 18. Maybe if we see something drastic in a Bitcoin, but for now I will go to the next one, which is around 2960. Okay, Veracity is yeah, is still developing pretty much on the upside. This might be a complex correction down 1, 2, up in 3. So this might be some type of a wave 4. And as you can see, RSI is coming pretty much down with this sideways price action, which is always a good sign. So if you just look this sequence and you measure it like some of the advances on the upside, this is either 1, 2, or we might be in something more on the upside regarding this fifth wave. So whatever of the feature you take here, potentially this correction might be over soon and we might be hitting higher levels, provided the rest of the crypto space stays bullish. Okay, support is very clear from that respect. I will say that first support will be around this 0.024 and the next one around 0.02. Okay, for this consolidation to stop. Any five-wave movement on a smaller degree passing above 0.4 will be pretty much bullish on the upside for Veracity. Okay, so let me just, not much of the comment today, guys. Let me see. We looked Matic already. I will not say on Matic, this is a falling wedge. AVAX or Avalanche. Yeah, Avalanche I think is a pretty bullish wave structure overall. I will allow this wave 2 to happen while the RSI is here. So if we count this as a 1, 2, we are in the possibly beginning a new cycle. I will like to see a little bit more of a pullback here because that will be a nice kind of a heads up for the continuation of this trend on the upside. We still are in some type of the orange wave 3 on Avalanche, as you can see, but first task for this one is to cross equality. Okay, so after a small pullback, I would like to see support around 65 holds. No, 65, 35 to 40. Sorry, holds. If we go on the downside, so this will be a key level, and I think that will match with this RSI hitting this 32. And from there, I would look for a great expansion on the upside towards these levels in the third wave. So in my book, as long as this developments implies a bullish resolution, I will stay pretty much bullish on Avalanche in the future year or two as we go on. So we can track this on every Thursday as well. So this for now looks like a first wave up, a very nice, very deep second wave pullback, and then we had impulsive price action, indicated that most likely we are starting a third wave on the upside. Let me this chart for you and show you on a bigger screen how this looks like. So it's pretty nice. I would like this wave 2 and this cleanly nice support levels to match this lower bounce in the RSI, which will be, I think, potentially a nice place for Avalanche to start a pretty sizable move on the upside. ATN, I didn't look that one, so let me see. Electro Enum USD. Well, this is not a type of a chart which I will consider nice. Only 3 waves up with a no clear follow-up. So usually when I see these charts, I usually skip it because there is no clarity for me. Okay, so only what I can do here is because here you can be either flip a coin, bullish or bearish. We didn't cross the corrective channel. This might look like an impulsive price action. This might be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but I don't like to put such a kind of a very twisted wave counts I would like to observe this as a more as an ABC, and potentially this might actually be in some type of a leading diagonal on the upside. So in that case, this will become a very bullish chart. So actually this will be some type of a five-wave development, and with the leading diagonals, it is very important that the wave 4 doesn't go below the lows of the wave 2, and then the leading diagonal is still valid. So if we hit some of the higher levels from here on the upside, we will see some type of an ABC pullback, which is usually not very big because leading diagonals are very bullish in their nature. So when you recognize this after a small pullback, we can continue higher. But first, the condition is we see this develop further on the upside, which we don't see for now. So I want this high to be broken by this current movement on the upside to start considering a possibility. Otherwise, I don't know what I will make from this chart. It looks like this to me, so that will be my current interpretation. Phantom, okay. Yeah, Phantom looks good, still developing on the upside. Pretty nice sideways consolidation while the RSI falling, a little bit more downside. This base channel might be a support level and then a further continuation to the upside. So clearly there is a nice wave 1, pullback in a wave 2, up in a wave 3, 4, and 5. So we still have a sizable upside. I think in a Phantom, just this small consolidation is actually completes itself, which might take a little bit more time. This can be also a triangle, a small one, or we are in an ABC x ABC hitting this 0.88, which I think will be a nice one because it will match or kiss with this base channel. Elrond, okay. Yeah, I've been bullish on Elrond. If I look the total current development, even if you just look this as a five-way move, I like to look this as a five-way move with a flat, which are a very difficult correction to recognize in the Elliott wave. I would like to look this to be more impulsive on the upside. Even if you take a more kind of a conservative wave count, Elrond is going to be good to go further on the upside. If this is a last five-wave sequence, this will be 1, 2, up in 3. We are in some type of a triangle with a support of 142 will be the support. Wave count invalidation, it's much lower. I don't think we will get there. But if we stay in a sideways consolidation, as you can see here, a little bit more, definitely Elrond will explode on the upside, reaching some levels above, definitely 340 and above, and the current consolidation and the falling RSI are matching nicely for the bullish further development while we trade in this region. So I like it. Yeah, let's look Serum and let's close it up with this, guys. Serum, I like Serum very much. I think Serum, and I have it here on our list in the motive wave. We do analysis of Serum pretty frequently with our members. I like that project, especially if it is done by the Sam from the FTX. So there is two couples of things on Serum. I was pretty much vocal that the Serum will go down in the last crypto lab, and we are now in some type of a wave 2, or we are in some type of a leading diagonal, which will looks like this, which I mentioned already is very bullish. So in either one of these two scenarios, this one is also very bullish because I think I never put it 1112 or maybe once in my whole career, but I like it here with Serum. This will be a first primary degree, then it will be intermediate degree and a minor degree, all of developing very bullish price action, and Serum in one moment might actually explode on the upside. A more conservative will be a leading diagonal because we posted a new high. There is a clearly 5 waves up in 3, down in 4, up in 5. and then in that case we might be in some type of an ABC or ABC already over, and from these levels we might start moving further on the upside. Usually leading diagonals tend to challenge this previous wave 4. I don't think we will go that far. Maybe in some crazy event Bitcoin goes to 20K, which I still don't see. But anyhow, I'm pretty optimistic overall, technically for now on Serum, because it looks kind of preparing itself to continue further on the upside. And as you know, FTX is preparing cryptos for institutional clients, and of course, if they are backing Serum on Solana, they will use as well from the institutional point Serum as a vehicle for the DeFi. So that's why I think Serum is pretty much bullish also from the fundamental perspective. So I like it very much. Yeah, cup and handle is a different technical analysis. So we look kind of a Elliott wave more. There is also technical patterns which other people's look and do. We are a little bit more in the Elliott wave world, supported by some of these other additional features as well. Thank you guys on the attention. I hope you have seen something that you like or that you can benefit. You can visit us every Wednesday on the Trading Analysis YouTube channel when we do stocks, relative graph rotations on or the RRG on stocks as well, done by Terry, stock analysis done by Bennett. Excellent work these two guys are doing, and I do a little bit of macro and crypto. And on Thursday, we are doing a little bit more of macro in our separate show, and of course a lot of crypto for you guys. So click the like button for us and join us next week, or visit us at the Trading Analysis. And I wish you a nice rest of the day and the week, and we stay in touch.